these small nights kicking off and everything, and so they're getting bigger and bigger. And it just reminds me when like Roughneck Ting and Full Cycle were doing their things on the regulars. And yeah, with dub loaded and all that lot. I don't know, it just kind of appeals to the Bristol sound, really.
Bristol's got a history of kind of sound system culture, and reggae culture's a big thing over here, so you know, it almost seems like a logical step for dubstep to infiltrate the Bristol sounds.
Bristol has always been like kind of open-minded when it comes to music, and like drum and bass has been running things here for years and years and years. So I think maybe people might be trying to find an alternative to that, and they're coming to these raves and they're hearing the music, and it's just like, it's hard not to like it.
So many drum and bass nights in Bristol, and so many dry hip-hop nights, and it's really interesting to see a scene where people are really excited about something new.
So many messages coming out, everything. Bristol's gonna hit hard.
Do you know what? Bristol is like the second home of dubstep right about now, yeah? Everyone Leeds bubbling, but Bristol is pumping. Old type Pinch Shrub, because he's pushing it hard down there, yeah?
I think it's fantastic. I think it's amazingly strong, and I think most of us who like it and contribute to the scene are very proud of the fact that Bristol is the second city, is dubstep's second city. But I think you've got to give much love to Pinch and Dick on, because essentially they're the foundation for it here.
Pinch runs things in Bristol. Like I think it was basically him and Dick who brought dubstep and breakstep and broken beat to Bristol.
It's all Rob's fault, you know. It's all Pinch. I took him up to his first forward in London, which was like the sort of leading dubstep, or the only dubstep night at the time, and he came back and has just been an absolute convert ever since. He's put enormous amounts of like time and money into, you know, pushing the scene forward basically, and Bristol's the second city in the whole world for dubstep. It's undeniable, you know, we've got more parties than anywhere at the moment, so it's almost all down to him and a couple of others like me, I guess.
You know, no one else was really doing it outside of London. There was no one doing it in Bristol. To be honest, if Forward had been in Bristol, I'd have just been happy going along to the nights and just kind of just being a regular punter and enjoying it. I mean, it was literally just motivated by a desire to hear more of it and become involved with it.
Very accessible in Bristol.
Very accessible. We've got Pinch doing his thing with Tectonic, and I quite like it. Like, I wish they'd introduce a little bit more of the old elbow shaking stuff.
Yeah.
Bit of the old, bit of a DJ Luck and MC Neat wouldn't go down. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see.
I love Bristol. Bristol's wicked. We've been there a couple of times, innit, man? A few times before, like last year, the year before, I don't know, a few times. I love the vibe in Bristol. Bristol's wicked.
I think Bristol's like probably the best place in the UK for dubstep, mate.
Bristol and London have got a lot of similarities when it comes to the kind of things that work there, and you know, for me, dubstep was just made for Bristol.
There's a lot of people on it already that are making wicked tunes, and there's a lot of Bristol producers which are on the verge of about to break free, and there's definitely a lot of dub plates floating around that are really good. I think there's a lot of people that are into drum and bass as well that are getting tired of that are slowly cottoning onto dubstep as something that's still sounding fresh.
Well, obviously the leading lights have been in the London scene, you know what I mean, but they're forging their own sound. Obviously Pinch with Dubloaded and Subloaded is pushing things forward. Then there's the Hench crew as well, got a few tunes from them, like Headhunter, Wedge, White Boy, Jakes as well. They're just all fucking bringing things forward.
And they're all making good stuff, and they just seem to have appeared out of nowhere, but it's fantastic, you know. And that's where it's going. People like them bringing a dubstep sound that originates in Bristol rather than just playing out other, you know, the London stuff, you know.
Hench is like us, basically.
The moment of this
hard-earned, never caught hustling. Blah.
Sublow, dirty bass, grime, whatever, our own style really. Do BS1 radio, play out, produce. The list is endless, mate, what we do at the moment, to be honest with you.
Me, White Boy and Headhunter were making beats and battling each other and shit, and we were just like at home making tunes, and we heard dubstep and jumped on it. I was making, yeah, I tried to make hip hop back in the day. It came out like dubstep.
And I run a label with Technical Itch, and it's called Ascension Recordings, and like the tune's coming out in about a month's time. It's got quite a lot of buzz at the moment, and then the second tune's going to come in
the first day. That's what matters. But there's a big buzz about it. It's sold out first day. You're talking about one of the leaders of drum and bass. Tech Itch, doing dubstep. People can't touch that.
them beats that I ain't heard, Chef ain't heard, none of us have heard, and they're always shocking out.
Because usually every tune I can tell you the name of it, where it was made.
So it is.
You know what I mean? So it's good, man. Like,
normally, like you hear a tune, and you know what it is, like, but up here you don't know what it is, and they're like, we ain't nothing up here, we're just fucking, like, next guys, that we just can't hear from the scenes, you know what I mean?
So like you've got dub loaded and sub loaded and Roughneck's discotheque as well, you've got to love that.
Roughneck Discotheque was a night which I started up, I don't know, about 7-8 months ago now, because it was my birthday and I wanted to put on a party and I had an idea for a night and a concept, so I just thought, sod it, why not? Let's give it a go. And basically the Roughneck, we like the dirty side of things. Essentially what it comes down to, we like the filth, we like all the sub-bass, but we just like lots of glitchy weird electronics over the top of it, and then we like a lot of bashment. Well, basically I like a lot of bashment and a lot of ragga, so obviously that plays a huge part as well. We've got Christian, who's very much into the dubstep. We've got Justin, who's really into the electronica, and Ollie as well. And you just sort of kind of put those factors into a melting pot, and you put rhythm and you put bass above all else, and then you get the Roughneck sound.
I'm Adam Jackson, also known as Kidders or Kid Cat. I co-ran a night with Rich Remo called Noir. Noir was, I was like quite into, originally it was meant to be around like the drum and bass that I listened to, because there was only sort of like technicality in London that played that kind of sound. A lot of people think of like drum and bass, they think of like Pendulum and all that bollocks, to be honest with you, and it's not like that at all. It's like, it's a lot more musical. It's got the low end of like how we have in dubstep, and a lot of edited breaks as well. It's a lot more musical basically. Thinking, a good mate of mine, he basically did a recording of a set back in like October 2004, and then on there was Toasty Splash, which just is a fucking amazing tune, and that is what started me getting me to listen to dubstep. And I just decided to incorporate both sounds because, you know, I wanted to support both scenes, so, and that's just sort of built from there really. The reason why I like the dubstep, it sort of complements the other, the drum and bass, because there's a lot more space in the sound, and that's quite difficult to achieve with drum and bass. You know, each has their elements, and like, I know with drum and bass it's sort of like the edited of the drums, and then just sort of bringing down in sort of pads and synths on top, and with dubstep you've got sort of like it sounds, the sound is really low, it's like, it sounds like it's cavernous, and it's just nice seeing something so simple be so effective. It's just the space and the sound that I really like.